for a minute. See if that works. Save, play. Compile window.
Sky Mission 1. Death at dusk. Go!
Everything looks good there. Like the way it's all shaping out here. Everything's still kind of doing what we want it to do and making sure of it. Good, 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 good. Everything's good so far. Okay, set of 3. Let's make sure this guy's right. This guy should be really unchanged because I didn't touch him. Then we should have another group of, and looks like there they are. Good. Point in time 3. Yep, that was correct. Man, that's tight. Okay. So back to this guy. Step event. And we're good right there. So let's just make sure. I'm just double checking where I think those should have been. 3 should have been, yeah, 1 and 5, good. Oops, did not mean to close that all the way. Let's open that back up. Go step. Back down to where we were. And I think that leaves us with this. Now, again, we're in another odd place where we've got some tanks being generated. I don't want to touch that code if possible. So then I've got a new current counter. And new current counter gets set here. Just debating. So the new current counter, what does that sit at? Is it 0 all the way up to this point? And maybe if that's the case, I should set current counter to 0 here and just pull new current counter in. Let's see if we have it here in the create event. New current counter is equal to 0, perfect. And there's a new current counter too. Okay, so I think what we'll do here is just a little bit different than how it is set here, but we have to go to the enemy 3 gen helper script, which is right here. and change this to arg1 dot new current counter, because it's 0 all the way up to that point, plus arg1 dot current counter, which means when we get here, we don't want to add, you know, a ton of time into the that Gen 3 helper script. So we got to reset the current counter equal to 0 here. And I think that should take care of it. So everything else should continue functioning as it should here later on. And what am I doing in 2 Gen helper? Yeah. So this is going to be basically the same. arg1 dot new. Let's do current counter plus arg1 dot new current counter. And same thing for this. Let's actually move this to this spot right here. So yeah, these are all just ways to sync up our time and make sure that the enemies are going to come on screen exactly when we want them to. I don't have a script Necrostar Gen helper, but I think I'm going to create one. And we also, of course, have some position constraints that we pass in. I don't know if I need a Gen helper for that though. Yeah, I do, because I'm setting all this data outside of it. The other thing here is that all of these points in time, basically, we could do a switch case and just pull in the times right there, but I think it's not quite that simple. It's that simple all the way up to this point until we need to figure out when the tank leaves the screen. So I think where we're at here, let me just put some notes. Tank group 1, and then put tank group 2, and this guy is going to turn into, this is 17, this is 18, this is 19. Okay, 19, and then everything beyond this point is like 20, 21, 22, and we're right on track here because you know, we're at a 0 index now where we weren't before with these story points the way they are written. So this is good, guys. We are rewriting our enemy generate timeline. And it's basically just a timeline in GameMaker, and we are basically calling out when we want certain enemies to come on screen and where we want them to come on at. And we're consolidating all that, so this is much easier to read, but this is going to be extremely helpful for level 2, which I was hoping to get into actually pulling enemies into level 2 on this stream, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. I think I'm basically going to have to call it right here. Mainly because I've got some other things to do today. I've been streaming for about 2 hours, which is about my normal time for streaming. We're going to be able to pick up right where we left off tomorrow, or I'm going to get some things done tonight, just kind of depending on how much time I have this evening. But once we get all these pieces in place, we'll be able to very quickly and easily script for level 2, and that's the goal here, is to get to that point. So if this is your first time joining me, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for the follows. I very much appreciate this. Bacon Life, thank you for the follow, and I'm glad you followed, and hopefully, yeah, I get to see you tomorrow. I try to stream every day. If I don't get to, I'm on very frequently, so it's generally like every other day at the most, unless there's just some work that I have to catch up on, and but otherwise I'm usually streaming. So and hopefully I'll get to stream tomorrow. So So what I'm going to do here, guys, is what I do as usual at the end of our streams. I just leave you with our intro outro video. And again, thank you guys so much for following, and I will catch you guys next time. And just setting up some final things here. All right, guys, see you next time.